5 home appliances I only use after moving to America. Yeah, this is gonna be interesting to check out and see what kind of things you guys are using inside your houses that we're not using obviously here. Let's jump straight into this and see what we got.
This video is sponsored by Wondrium. I'm Lawrence and I'm on a quest to uncover all of the memos that Britain and America lost in the pond.
Right, let's see.
One of those memos pertains to home appliances.
I'm trying to think of any. I'm
Specifically,
like,
home appliances that
the only big one I can think of is AC units.
I only encountered after moving to the United States of America. And as I slowly continue this wild journey of moving into my first American house, it occurred to me that I already have some of these home appliances in this very house.
Right.
And so come join me and apparently my cat as we go and look at 5 home appliances that I only encountered after moving to America. And if you'd like to follow my new journey of becoming an American, living in an American house with American people and an American cat, he's actually Russian, and you're not subscribed to my channel, do that now.
Yes, make sure you do.
Without further ado, let's go and take a look at some stuff. Oh, cat, get out of the way!
Dehumidifier.
You've heard me talk about ceiling fans, you've heard me talk about air conditioning units, but you haven't heard me talk about one of these.
Right.
No, it's not an Imperial droid.
Aren't they to like get water out of the walls and stuff?
Right. It is, in fact, a dehumidifier. It actually isn't. This is editing, Lawrence. I've since discovered that what past Lawrence has in front of him there is an air purifier. But the points that he's about to make about dehumidifiers are both salient and necessary.
Right,
so
okay.
for the next minute of your lives, you will pretend that the item in question is a dehumidifier. And we'll all go about our lives as if this never happened.
Yo, you didn't even have to tell me. Bro, I was going with whatever you were saying.
Back to you, past Lawrence, and you might want to move the air purifier to the side so that we can see you. And it's so bloody big that you can't see me. And the reason that I haven't spoken much about dehumidifiers is that A, they're infernally dull, and 2, until recently, I didn't even know what they were. Because in Britain, for reasons that are similar as to why we don't have air conditioning units, dehumidifiers are quite rare. Now, of course, there'll be 1 or 2.
I don't understand. How does he have this object without in fact, that was something I would do. I would have an object in my house that I have no clue what it did.
British people watching going, I've got a dehumidifier. I know my channel is not scientifically backed, but for the most part in Britain we don't use them, and I know they
not
don't
really.
Because I've done some really deep research on Quora. Whereas in a lot of American homes, you will find them. And of course, one of the chief reasons for that is that here in the Midwest and other parts of the United States of America, it can get ridiculously humid. But you know what? It can in Britain too. So why don't we use dehumidifiers? After all, if you allow humidity to accumulate in your house, it can lead to things like mildew. Well, the reason that people on Quora can...
I want to know, like, what does it exactly do? Like, I've had a dehumidifier before. I can't remember for what reason. It was a very small one, and it collected water, and I think it was from the walls. I'm not too sure why, though. Interesting.
Consistently gave is that the UK simply just doesn't get hot enough to justify it.
Oh, it does now.
Which I suppose is fair enough, but we've been using one of these for a couple of years now. And I have to say, the air quality in this house is fantastic since we've been using this. It's not switched on. Have we been using this? We haven't. So the air quality in here is just good anyway. So once I switch this on, I'll have 10 times the oxygen that everybody else has.
You know what? I could actually do it though, because sometimes it's like a really bad struggle, especially when it's really hot in the UK to breathe.
No, I know it doesn't work that way.
Coffee maker?
And welcome to my kitchen, where I'm eagerly awaiting my 9th cup of caffeine of the day. And while you might think that's weird, I do live with a cat. But in order to facilitate that, I have here a coffee maker, which most Americans will be familiar with. And don't get me wrong, coffee makers do exist in Britain. It's just that they're nowhere near as commonly found as they are in American homes.
True. They must be in like nearly all American homes. And yeah, in UK, everyone's going to have a kettle, an electric kettle. But not everyone's going to have a coffee machine. Not everyone.
There's a couple of reasons for this. Number one, just as was the case in my family, us Brits famously prefer tea, whereas us Americans prefer coffee. And a lot of the time when we do make coffee in our British houses, many of us prefer instant coffee, the preparation of which is similar in many ways to making tea, minus the tea bag.
Yeah,
so
that's
often,
what I do.
One of these isn't required, but a lot of Americans I speak to say that instant coffee is terrible. As somebody who never drank coffee.
You know what? with how much I drink coffee, I definitely, when I move next week, I'm definitely going to get a coffee machine.
When I lived in the UK, I can honestly go either way with it now. But ultimately, I do prefer having a machine that does what I tell it because, again, I'm elitist. Now, it does already have coffee in it, so I'm not going to brew anymore. You'll just have to make do with this stock footage of coffee being brewed.
Nice.
I think you all know what it's like to see coffee being made. So
I wonder what the difference is. Like, I make coffee every day, right? What does that taste compared to like that machine right there? I'm gonna get one and just see. I'm gonna do 2 cups. What?
You may remember in my home tour video that I briefly introduced you to this fridge/freezer, and I specifically pointed out that it's got this little touchscreen that dispenses ice. And the reason that I did that is because A, it was a really cool.
I really want one with an ice machine in the front. Oh, so bad because I always have ice.
Feature, and B, we don't really go for this kind of thing in the UK. Once again, our kitchens are quite a bit smaller.
I'm just different.
So that means there's not a lot of room to have fridges that are as tall as I am and as wide as I was about 9 years ago. And so because of that, our fridges don't really have room for bonus features like this. And when I talk about bonus features, I'm not just talking about ice cubes. The thing I really want to talk about is the cool water dispenser. That's right, instead of having to go through all of the rigmarole of filling your cup with ice, then walking over to the sink and then pouring water into that and then waiting for the ice cubes to cool the water down, you've got a cool water supply right here. It's unbelievable. It is absolutely unbelievable. Although
I would mainly want it for the ice, I ain't gonna lie. I'd just rather get like bottled water or something. But yeah, for ice, I'd be so sick.
It takes about a minute to pour.
Yeah, I was going to say that it was looking slow. I don't think I'm going to be stood there for so long waiting for the water to pour in. I'm too lazy.
It's a bit of a letdown because you're standing here trying to fill the void and the awkward silence between words while it pours and you talk to your audience. Still going.
Still going?
Still going. I actually hate this feature. One thing that my cat and I don't hate is birds, although for completely different reasons to each other.
Top load washer.
You join me here in my...
Oh, washing machine that you open from the top. Not... Okay. You know why these sound good? I'm guessing they have... For some reason, I just think they have a lot more room.
Basement or more...
And you know what? It's actually easier to put the clothes in. Now that I think about it, why do we have side washers? Because when you have to cram it in, like you have to bend down, cram it in and stuff. Whereas this is just like, wham bam, just... Tip the basket in.
Specifically, my laundry room, and behind me we have this beautiful model right here, which, you know, it might look like a futuristic toilet, but it does the opposite of a toilet and actually cleans your clothes. That wasn't an admission of any kind.
Huh?
And I know what you're thinking. Ooh, Lawrence.
Yeah, I don't know how this guy goes to the toilet, but that ain't me.
We have washing machines in Britain, you know, but just in a British accent. And yes, of course, we have washing machines in Britain, but this is not just any old washing machine. This, quite specifically, is a top load. And the only time that I ever heard the word top load in the UK was a laundrette, or as they say here in the Midwest, laundromat, or as they say down in...
Yeah, I actually wonder why in the UK ours is on the side and we don't have top loads. Because top loads do make more sense. Oh, I know why it is. I know why it is. It's because our houses are so smaller than American houses that a lot of the time we have our washing machines in the kitchen, right? And we normally have them underneath the worktops. So like next to the cupboards, under the worktop. And yeah, you won't be able to go to the top. That's 100% why.
Texas, washateria. But it would be very rare to find one of these top loader machines, in other words, a machine in which you put the clothes in from the top, in UK houses. And there's a very good reason for that. And that reason is that in most British houses, we actually keep our washers and our dryers, or sometimes a hybrid of the two, in our kitchen under the kitchen counter. So you can't really drop clothes into it because they just land in spilt gravy. Whereas I've seen a few of these in American homes, and this one specifically becomes the first top loader that I've ever lived with. Not in the same way that you'd live with a wife or a pet, but it's here and it's nice. And the good thing about it is it's easy to use. I've never used one, so I don't really know how it works. Not a toilet.
Wait, how is he never used one but he has one? Oh. Huge dryer?
And finally, next to it is this one. And despite its appearance, it's
big
not
dryers.
an oven, although that would be a quicker way to dry
It kind of looks like an oven.
clothes and shrink them. This is,
Weird
in fact,
one.
a tumble dryer. Again, I'm not going to stand here and claim that we don't have tumble dryers in the UK. Clearly, that would be a lie. But as I said a moment ago, sometimes they are hybrids with the washing machine.
Right.
So you wash the
Yeah.
clothes and dry them in the same unit. But even when we Brits do have standalone tumble dryers in our houses, they're usually pretty small. Got to be careful of the stovetop. I've just remembered it's not an oven. And again, the reason for that diminished size is that we have to fit these tumble dryers into a kitchen.
Yeah,
Those kitchens are usually smaller than the ones you will find in the United States.
Bro, me watching these videos, I just realized every single video that the UK is tiny in every aspect, man.
States. So to economize space, we shrink them down, not like in a sci-fi way, but as if they were clothes in an oven. Whereas this absolute beast is massive. Join me now as we take a tour of the inside of my tumble dryer.
Is he gonna climb in?
Can't. It won't close. I can't close the door. It's too big. Did it? I did it. We're fine. So obviously having a house with a basement or even an add-on laundry room of any kind means that you just got all this space.
I'm actually crazy. I'm just crazy jealous of like your guys, well, Americans' houses over there. But like the fact you guys have basements as well. Do you know how cool it would be to have like, imagine like my stream room, my recording room was in the bay. Oh, that'd be so sick. Like a whole den.
To be able to justify bigger units. And that is a lot of American houses. So all that being said, I'm now going to go and use my actual oven because I lost a little bit of weight last year and my clothes are too big. Thank you for watching this video and sharing it with all of your friends. I'm Lawrence Brown. You can follow me on...
That was good. I enjoyed that. Let me know down below in the comment section if there's any other home appliances you guys think that you have that we don't. But really good video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed as well. If you did, make sure to leave a thumbs up, subscribe for more content. I'm live every single day on twitch.tv/LWG. If you guys want to check me out over there, I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.